We complain about increase in price of food items and services. We complain about Naira losing value every day. We complain about rising cost of fuel. We're complaining about electricity supply, complaining about security issues and general hardship on the people generally. So their complaints are legitimate and it is welcome. They reserve the right to ask for good governance from those that they have put in power. We are not unaware of the hardships of the difficulties. And a lot of us, starting from Mr. President, we've been having sleepless nights, working on how the situation of the country can be turned around in line with the electoral promises of Mr. President, which I believe, inshallah, we shall achieve. I believe that the reflections of today in the economy across all the sectors, there are consequences of actions and inactions of past administrations. We are not blaming anybody. We have inherited this and we must make success of it. But we all must realize that problem of 50, 60 years cannot be resolved in 6 months. It cannot be resolved in 1 year. When I took over this job, I knew that I took over fire. I knew I took over abuses. I took over curses. I took over embarrassments. I took over internet dragging and some calls for resignation because of the sensitivity of this sector to the lives of Nigerians. But we will not give up. Some people have even called for resignation. For people that know me very well, resignation is the easiest thing for me. Once I'm not comfortable in an assignment. But because of the meaning of resignation, we will not resign. Resignation means giving up. We will not give up. We will confront the issues headlong. If we don't do it for our country, who will do it? And like they say that winners don't quit. And quitters can never win. That's the saying. It also goes that when the going gets tough, the tough must get going. What we need from people is a little patience. We're pleading for time. We also need trust from the people. We need confidence. Repose your confidence in us. You elected this administration on the belief that they can do it. The can-do spirit has not left us. The captain of the team has very good antecedents. And we know he has done it before. He will do it again. The team has put together are also committed. They are passionate to support him to achieve these lofty objectives of giving good lives to Nigerians. So, I'm optimistic that in my time and the time of the people in my team, this sector will witness the desired improvements. I never promised 24/7 uninterrupted power supply in 1 year or in 2 years because it's almost practically impossible. What I did promise was gradual but consistent, regular improvement in the sector so that our situation today is better than our situation of yesterday. And what we are going to witness tomorrow should be better in terms of improvement than what we are witnessing today. And if this is consistent over the years, it becomes significant. I believe that before me, we've had over 40 ministers of power in the past. These are highly cerebral, highly brilliant, committed, passionate, patriotic Nigerians in the past 50 to 60 years. we have still been roving around 3,000 to 4,000 megawatt of electricity generation, transmission, and distribution. Does it mean they don't like Nigeria? Does it mean they are not patriotic? Does it mean they don't want to write their names in gold? Does it mean that they are also not affected, or their families, their businesses, their friends are not affected by these undesirable situations? No. Which is why we must believe that the problems with this sector, though they appear very simple to everybody across the value chain, but there are fundamental issues that must be discussed, that must be resolved with determination, passion, and patriotism. So those are the issues that has not allowed those simple, small issues to be resolved over time. So we must know that the problem with the sector, though it looks simple and ordinary, but it is fundamental and highly complicated. But the good news here today is that they are not insurmountable. They are not insurmountable. There are issues that, with your collective support, collective efforts, we can resolve all these issues over time. And I believe that this will happen during the regime, or during the regime of this administration, and my presence in the power sector. My presentations today will actually be in three parts, and I'll try to make it as fast as possible so that we'll be able to leave this place on time. But Nigerians must realize that where there is no pain, there is no gain. And for you to make an omelette, you must break the egg. This is the time of breaking the egg. And I believe that in no time, we'll all join together and enjoy the omelette that we're going to make out of it. We are rebuilding. The roof is down. The act of rebuilding is always tough, and we all know. But when we have a completed house, we will all live in there happily ever after. Lecture will be in three parts. The first part will be a full explanation of the issues that we have within the sector, from our diagnosis on my resumption in September 2023. We consulted, we engaged, we investigated, we brainstormed. Today, I can tell you that that stage is over. We know what the issues are in the power sector. There is no point wasting time again investigating the issues. The issues are well known to everybody now. So the next stage is for us to come together and implement and execute the solutions that we have also documented and compiled from the retreat that we had. We have a well-documented strategy on how to attack each of these issues, and we are going to resolve it. I think it's okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
We are going to resolve the issues. That's the first part. The second part is actually a summary of our workable and practical solutions that we have compiled. It's not just my own solution. It's not just my strategy. It's a sector-wide solution and strategy that did not leave any of the players in the sector out of. We sat down for 3 days and we validated the efficacy of these strategies and solutions, which I believe, once we are consistent with its execution, success is not far from us. That's the second part. I'll let you into a few of that. Then number 3 is actually the usual briefing of what we are doing in the Ministry of Power in terms of activities, starting from the beginning of the year, and our plans for the end of the year, so that you'll be aware, you'll be conscious of the activities that we are doing.